Today I will show you how to easily balance your Ronin SC2 and 3 cinematic moves that will make your videos instantly better. Ciao everyone, Gabriel here. If you just bought the Ronin SC2 or you are thinking to buy one but you are a bit worried that the whole balancing process will slow you down, watch this video carefully because I will show you how easy to balance this gimbal is, and at the end of the video I will teach you 3 cool shots that will make your videos more cinematic. Okay, let's start with a quick unboxing. Of course I've already opened it, but okay. I will show you what is inside. This is the box. And okay, let's quickly open it up. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, the instructions, we won't use them. Yeah, so with the Ronin SC2 you got a lovely tripod. We're gonna use it to balance the gimbal. Quick release plate. Actually the Ronin comes with 2 quick release plates. You have the bottom one and the top one. That is the one that you will attach to your camera. You have a few cables. You have different cable for different cameras. You have the power cable leading here. You have an higher quick release plate in case you have like a bigger lens. This as well, if you have like a long zoom lens, you can install this one in front of the gimbal, and there are also the screws for that. In the end, whoa, you have the Ronin SC2. It's incredibly small, seriously. I mean, you can put in a bag, like small backpack, definitely your camera bag. So they did a really great job. We don't need this one anymore. So to set up your gimbal, we're gonna need in this case the lower quick release plate, the long one, and at the moment nothing else. So how do you start the balancing process? First of all, you need to set up the gimbal. So we're gonna, at the moment it's open, and by unlocking this screw here, you can actually close the gimbal, then you lock again. Then you can mount it on the tripod for the balancing process. Okay? Now the thing that you wanna do is to set the gimbal in the neutral position. So we're gonna remove this protection for the display, we don't need it. The neutral position is very easy. So you have the gimbal in front of you with the display facing you, and you want that this arm here, which is the arm that connects the pan motor to the roll motor, you need this one in front of you. So you start like this, then you can lock it using these pins here. This arm that connects the roll motor to the tilt motor on the right. So you unlock here using this pin here, and you put in this position. And then by unlocking the last lock on top, which is this one, we have something like that. So at this point, you want to take your camera. So for this balancing, I will use an old camera. This is a Nikon, is Anya's old camera. So this is a Nikon 5100, just to show you that you can literally use any camera. In this case, it's gonna be the Nikon, but when we go out to test it, I'm gonna use my Canon 90D, which is a slightly bigger DSLR. The first thing that you want to do, you take the upper quick release plate and you want to mount it on the bottom of your camera like this. Needs to be horizontal. Then you take your long plate and you slide it in. There are two security lock. There is this one, which is the main one, and then there is like this small small pin here that you need to push to allow the camera to slide in. And once you have done that, the camera is locked. So even if this one is open, the camera won't go anywhere. So once it's in the center, you lock this up and you've done. At this point, you take your Ronin SC2 and you can mount the camera on top. Also here there is a pin that you need to push to allow the camera to go in. The first motor that we're gonna try to balance is the tilt one, which is the one on top, this one. So if you unlock this pin here, you will see, I got quite lucky here, but in this case you see that the camera is pointing down. The first thing that you need to modify is the position of the quick release plate. So in this case, you need to move it a bit forward, a bit backward. Yeah, you can leave it open so you can kind of see when it's balanced. Once it's balanced like this, it's pretty stable like this. Okay, you can lock the pin on the side. Okay, this is the first step. Then the other thing that you want is that the camera needs to be able to stay put when you move the tilt motor. So in this case, of course, you don't have that because look, the camera goes down. So what you need to do, so this motor is already unlocked, you need to unscrew here and pull this one up until you actually balance the camera in this position. Okay, pretty happy with that. So at this point, you close the screw here, and as you can see, okay, the camera stays in position. Next step, we're gonna balance the roll motor, which is this one. So at this point, you can unlock the motor, and you see that the camera is bending right. So what you need to do, you need to unscrew here, the screw on the top of the motor, go slightly left until you have the camera that is balanced. Okay, a bit more. Yeah, this is it. And again, at this point, you should be able to change, okay, the angle, and the camera should stay in the same position. And now we need to balance the last motor, which is the pan motor here. So we unlock it, and to balance this one, it's very easy. You need to slightly incline the motor, the gimbal this way, like more or less 15 degrees. And technically, if it's balanced, the gimbal shouldn't move, but in this case, it's moving. So you need to unscrew this one, slide a bit in, and try again. Yeah? Okay. And also on the other side. Yeah? Quite happy with that, yeah? At this point, I didn't connect the camera to the gimbal because this is an old camera. I don't even have the cable to do this. But the good news is that even if at this point you forgot to connect the camera to the gimbal, I've noticed that the balance doesn't change. So don't worry about that. If at the end you didn't connect the camera, you can still do it and without changing any setting. The thing that will change the balance though is the lens. So in this case it's a prime lens. It won't change anything, but if you have a zoom lens and while you're recording you change the focal length, yeah, you will probably have to rebalance at least the top part of the gimbal. So how can you check that the gimbal is correctly balanced? Very, very easy. So first thing that you have to do is to download the app from the Apple or Google Store. Once you have your app open, you turn on your gimbal here by clicking on the power button. Okay, the gimbal is on, as you can see, it's moving. And yeah, the first thing that you see, very easy, balance test. To perform the balance test, you need to incline the gimbal 15 degrees one side, and then you can press begin the test. At this point, the gimbal will do its stuff, moving around. You just need to try to stay, to hold the gimbal steady. Okay, so then you get the result. Excellent tilt, excellent roll, excellent pan, excellent. This is what you want. So it's extremely important to correctly balance your gimbal, because otherwise, first you can damage the motors, and then it's gonna use more energy. So definitely this is the thing that you wanna get done properly every time. Okay, now that we finished to balance the gimbal, it's time to go out, test it, and I'm gonna show you how to use it like a pro. At this point, the first thing that you want to do before start shooting is calibrating your gimbal. And to do that is very, very simple. You need to press and hold the trigger button and M at the same time. And the gimbal will start the process. Once it's done, you are ready to go. Move number 1, the follow. Keep the subject in the center and maintain the same distance. You can shoot from behind, from the side, or in front of your subject. Experiment with different angles. For a lower angle, set the gimbal in the briefcase mode. Move number 2, the soft focus reveal. Move close to the subject and lock the focus, then pull backwards and edit in reverse. Move number 3, the 3D roll 360. Put the gimbal in the flashlight mode. Press M 3 times, push the joystick left or right twice, move backwards, edit in reverse using speed ramp. You can add a soft focus reveal for a more cinematic look. Those were the 3 gimbal moves to make your subject and videos look more cinematic. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and Anya and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!